Hey liberals, I'm talking to you. How you doing? Anthony is back here. I'm just want to discuss the great idea that you liberals have about our culture cleansing for America that you think is about time for it to happen. And let me go over some things that another country has done and how it affected them. Let's talk about Germany. Now, y'all will be like, hey, what Germany has nothing to do with this. It does, and I'll explain. Now, the Nazi Party, Germany was democratic from 1919, after the First World War One, up until about 1933. There was a group of that was trying to gain power. That was called MAPD or something like that. Began with the term. It's anyway. It was a movement that started, became the Nazi Party. But they were slowly gaining power because of a young man named Hitler. He was getting people behind him and his movement. Eventually, the Nazi Party was able to get some power, but they couldn't get the presidency. And since Hitler was so fond, since Hitler was found by the country, people of the country that had a fondness for Hitler, the president that was elected thought, hey, I'll just make him a chancellor, have him on our side, and that way, we can keep an eye on him and he'll be good for us. Is bad mistake, but he wormed his way into a chancellor position. Chancellor's position at the time didn't have that much power. So the president gets him in, and Hitler was able to get a few people from the Nazi Party in key positions at this time to be able to whisper in people's ear. And remember, what I'm starting off with was popular among the people. Okay, that he was able to do this, ideals and stuff like that. And it didn't happen overnight. This was a slow process. This was, I think, 1929 when he became chancellor, and then by 1933 he was able to take complete control. So it was a process, but this process began before the Nazi was able to put him in, because, like I said, he was preaching these ideologies to the people of Germany, and they were getting momentum with it. The first thing they did, the president was like, through the advisory of the chancellor and stuff, got rid of freedom of expression. Convinced them freedom of speech, which is the same thing as freedom of expression, was a dangerous thing. That people were saying stuff that is harmful, and we need to nip it in the bud. So what they did, they jailed people, and some people were killed for the freedom of expression if it was deemed too offensive, at that time. That's what's going on today with this hate speech thing. I don't really believe there is any such thing as hate speech unless you start inciting violence or harm to another person. Then that, to me, would classify hate speech. But because you have a different view, it's considered hate speech. I don't believe anybody's, as long as it doesn't incite riot and incite violence or harm to another person, whatever their view is, even if it's a stupid view or a bad view, is they should have the right to express themselves. And I wouldn't want any liberals' views to be censored. Believe what you want to believe, say what you want to say. I may disagree with you. I may think that your ideas, like this idea of cleansing the culture, is not a good idea. I'm not here to judge your views. I'm here to state my views, and that's all I'm doing. Trying to have a meaningful conversation. Not saying one way or other negative about your views. I just don't agree with it, and I'm trying to explain from a conservative side my views. But that's what they did for eliminate freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and it was with the support of the people. Next thing they did was culture cleansing. What's also going on today? Things that they seem inappropriate ideology, anything about the history of the past. They didn't support what they see that they felt was not good. They tore down statues. Same thing's going here. It's first started off with the Confederate statues, and I don't want to get too much in that. That can be another video. But I always believe, good or bad, the history should be right in your face. A reminder, written or statues. A statue really never did anybody harm. I never seen a statue harm anybody. But hey, people it's a generation of feelings today. Their feelings are hurt when they see it, so it's got to go. I'm sorry, but toughen up. Is all I can say. Everybody gets their feelings hurt. A good cry sometimes solves it. Go in a corner and cry for a bit. You might feel better. I just don't understand. But now it's moving to Christopher Columbus, George Washington, any of the founding fathers, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln ain't safe from this. And it doesn't have to. Jesus ain't even safe. They want to tear that, get rid of the white. Jesus. And also I heard an article about white churches need to be demolished too, but I haven't looked into that, so I'm not sure if that's what's being called, or I haven't done my research to know for sure if it's really being called for, or if it's just an article. I got to see more resources on that, but I wouldn't surprise me. But as far I know for a fact, tearing down all statues, Abraham Lincoln, and the Jesus has been brought up, and it's been confirmed that many people wants them gone. So it's an attack on your religion and stuff like that, and that's part of culture cleansing. Same thing that happened in Nazi Germany, in Nazi Germany. Burning history books and literature during this culture cleansing. Because it wasn't appropriate teaching. They felt it wasn't appropriate teaching. History wasn't appropriate teaching. Full of lies and stuff like that. And that's what they believe. And also literature. They didn't grow up with the narrative. Because with knowledge, you become, with knowledge, you cannot make a sheep. And I love the quote to Hodge twins. And I like to take this quote because when they say this is to me is the best thing I've ever heard. Heard from them was it's impossible to make a man with knowledge a slave, something like that right there. In other words, if you have knowledge, you have free thinking and not going with the masses, it's hard for you to be enslaved. But I digress. But check out the Hodge twins, Jericho Green, and many others. They are great. I would love to go down a list of all the black YouTubers out there, conservative YouTubers. Love them to death. I listen to Steven Crowder, but he's a little brash at times. I believe in his views, but I think he can be a little tad over the top. But great, check out his channel too. But I do recommend, because people, that's one of the arguments I get is, you don't understand black people. You need to listen to black people. Well, I listen to liberals. I channel surf a lot of people, and that's how I, and I listen to black views on both sides, and I listen to all liberals' views, and try to come up with, maybe I'm wrong about something, maybe I'm not, but just. And plus, I know what's being said, so I know what to go over if on an argument. And if I'm wrong about something, I'll be, just let me know. I'll comment, I'll look it up, and if you prove me wrong, I'll give you a shout out. But anyway, y'all liberals need also to understand that that's what they were doing, changing history, not with the statues, but there's a senator, and I forget his name, that in his district he's calling for the abolishment, the teaching, will suspend the teaching of American history into a suitable, I'm trying to phrase it right, I don't want to be wrong, to a suitable replacement is found. In other words, a history written in his narrative, that he believed to follow his narrative. That's wrong. I just don't agree with that. We shouldn't change history just to satisfy people. Good or bad, history needs to be known. And, if you actually pay attention in school, history does not glorify everything America did. It doesn't. It just states facts. It doesn't take opinion. History doesn't say this person is great, this person is bad. In American history, never. It just states facts. What happened during this time? It does not put opinion on there. It doesn't. But neither here or there. But it's just changing history is bad, and that's what they did. After doing the culture cleansing and freedom of expression, this, with the help of the people, of a lot of people rioting and demonstrating, and that was burning the books, it was able for when the Parliament of Germany voted on an act, I forget what the, but it's voted on a bill that transfer all the power to the Chancellor, which was Hitler. That's when everything took off. The next two steps was right after this, and it granted where Hitler didn't need approval of nobody, gave him complete control. Doesn't matter what he said was law, and again with the support of people, he was able to do this. But this is when they start blaming and demonizing a race, the Jews. Your suffering is because of that race right there. That's your suffering right there. And that's what happened. That's how the Jews ended up in concentration camp, and that's the travesty of the concentration camp and the Jews. That's the murdering of the Jews, and it's just, and people are like, yeah, and that's what's going on today. Blaming a race, white supremacy, on police brutality, saying the American system is white supremacy. I don't know how, because a lot of the people, like Oprah, white privilege and all this stuff. I have a problem with somebody's worth billions of dollars, and I'll be honest with you, I'm worth maybe $6,000. That's it. Telling somebody that America's racist. Now, don't get me wrong, I admire Oprah, and I think she's just cashing in the cow because she's a very smart, intelligent lady, and she worked hard to make all of her money. It's just, I'm not going to criticize her for cashing in the cow for this. I don't think it's done with a lot of. I even watched the interview, and it really didn't seem like she was convinced. She was just going through the motion because she's just trying to get more money. Because rich people. I don't blame her. We can never have enough money, I guess. I mean, if I was worth billions of dollars, I think I would try to make a zillion dollars. It's just the way it is. But when she says that a poor person, a white person, no matter what position they are, poor or not, has a leg up on any black person. I do not have a leg up on Oprah. Sorry, never did. She worked hard. She didn't get that money. It was not handed to her. She's a hard worker. But by having these people going around and telling you that it's white supremacists, and trust me, it's crazy. And I hear it mostly from white people. That's what's so bad, is that white people are talking about Pelosi and all that. I'm like, okay, if you feel that way, step down. Say, I nominate this person of color to take my place. If you really feel this way and you're white, go ahead and follow the BM's list of demands. Give them your money, give them your house. Why not? If it makes you feel better, do it. But don't call white supremacy when you're a white person that has a lot of money, when you can give your money away to make you. But don't try to shame me into guilt while you're up there sitting in your sitting making all that money, Pelosi. Just don't do it. If you believe all that, Hillary, give them your shit. Leave me out of it, because I worked hard for a little bit I got, and I'm not giving a damn dime to no damn body. It's just plain and simple. But you're more than welcome. You know, talk the talk. If you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. And that's for the liberals, Pelosi, Hillary Clinton. That's for those people. Sorry I started ranting because it gets me a little irritated when I hear that from rich white people that says this stuff. But anyway, but they're blaming, demonizing a race. Okay, white people. The next thing they did was disarm the civilians. Took away the guns so that if somebody did not agree with their policy, they couldn't put up a fight. And what this led to was the complete dictatorship and socialism. That's how socialism gets in power. Is that, you know, the government cannot force socialism on the unwilling. It cannot do that. So, and I believe the liberals in power. I'm not saying the liberals outside of, that's following along like sheep. I'm not saying that they're wanting socialism, but they're believing everything, and they don't realize that socialism comes with it. So so you liberals got to understand we're heading towards socialism, and basically you will not have no rights under socialism. Period. Because you're giving all the power to the government to decide what is appropriate thinking and rationality. What's appropriate literature to write in your own house? Oh, cool! You get, you get free shit. And guess what? Everybody getting free stuff. The quality of the free stuff is not that good. But it's just we're heading that way, and I don't think you liberals understand that that's where we're heading. This is the blueprint that we're following now that that the Nazis did, and if you, and one day maybe you liberals will wake up when this happened and realize, wow, where did my freedom go? Well, you ain't got freedom under socialism. You have one thing of thought, you're a sheep, and if you step out of line, you are locked up or killed. It's just where we're headed. Now, this channel is not about demeaning liberals at all. I'm not trying to demean y'all. I like to hear your comments. I like to explain to me why I may be wrong. No screaming. I'm trying to do this in a respectful manner. Because I do not believe hollering or making fun of somebody's ideology is a right way to go about trying to get them to understand your way of thinking and how you don't think their ideals make sense. And this is what this is for. And like I said, this is made to talk to liberals. I want to get my views out there. I want to try to civilly, have a discussion, have a talk, and so, please, if you got any comments, please leave them in the description. Leave me a comment. If you want me to talk about anything else, please, put what topics you want me to talk about. Like I said, conservatives too. I mean, but a little bit about me. I'm so passionate about rights of freedom, our freedom and our rights, is because I'll admit I've been angry a few times watching TV. Especially watching a place burn down while the CNN reporter, it's pretty peaceful here. No, you have people hollering, kill the pigs, place burn down, but it's peaceful. I don't understand. That's not peaceful protesting. I do believe in protesting because even if I don't agree with it, protesting rights, two different things, and that's another video I will get into. I'm a veteran, Air Force, 1992, Gulf War vet, and I recommend any young people that's thinking about it, join the military. You're talking about a diverse things where you learn a lot about different people and cultures. The military is the way to go. You really do learn a lot, and people becomes your brothers and sisters for life, and I mean, it's just great. So again, if you liked the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and hit the notification button. I'm done, but like I said, please subscribe and get back at me. Thanks.